Welcome to the middle of nowhere. We've come out today for a little explore, and at the moment it's very calm, although we're in the middle of Storm Darragh. Let's go see what we can find. Welcome to our latest explore. Today we're braving the elements as Storm Darragh is supposed to be sweeping across the nation. We're taking a little walk up this lane in the middle of Dartmoor, probably one of the most exposed areas to be in Devon, while there's a storm going on, and we're going to have a look at a little stone cottage that we've seen. We'll also be visiting one of the legends of Dartmoor, which is Kitty Jay's grave, followed by the historic Rippon Tor rifle range. So grab a warm drink, sit back and join us as we explore the beauty of Dartmoor during Storm Darragh. So we found this little cottage on Google Maps. Grade 2 listed cottages, possibly old mine cottages. Let's go and have a look. Oh. Wow, this is incredible. Lovely old stone cottage. Looking at the old maps, it's been here a couple of centuries or something like that. Look at this. Many of Dartmoor's cottages that were built in the 18th and 19th centuries were made from stone or granite, and these cottages reflect the harsh yet beautiful environment of the moorland. Granite was a very common building material and was sourced locally from Dartmoor's quarries. The walls of these buildings were typically about 2 foot thick and always had small windows. Many cottages had roofs made of thatch which offered natural insulation, but over time slate became more common, particularly in the later 19th century. It was incredible to find this building just tucked in the middle of nowhere, but so overgrown and in such really good condition as well. And we were itching to know what might be on the inside, but unfortunately everything was locked up tight. Trying to find a way through. Such a remote little location up here. But what an amazing spot out in the middle of nowhere. At the moment we're supposed to be having 70-mile-an-hour winds, and it's just like a normal day. So the building's all locked up, so it doesn't look like we can go in there, and we certainly wouldn't want to be breaking in, but oh wow, I think that's a composting toilet. How strange is that? Imagine living somewhere out like this. Absolutely no neighbours. You're in the middle of a moorland. It's so remote. I love it. I love the moss that's just over everything.
Yeah.
You just know it's been here for years. And it's just got huge lumps of granite like that just sat there. Okay, we'll go back and have a look in it, see if we can have a look in the outhouse while we're here. But yeah, what a lovely place. I could live somewhere like this. Just the history, just looking at the old building. You can't beat a lovely old stone building. This once would have been someone's pride and joy. I'm not sure what this is. I thought this was an old greenhouse, but I'm not entirely sure. It's not a greenhouse, but there it is. How long has this place been here for? I mean, it's definitely been here since 1800s. Okay, so this is one of the outhouses. It's locked, but there's a gap here. See if I can get the camera in, just have a little look. Well, it's a shame we couldn't look inside. Okay, so the wind is certainly picking up a little bit now. Not too bad though. There's one of the Tors. But yeah, we can see some more older sort of buildings within the tree line over this way. And over here we thought, let's go have a look and just see if there's anything down there, anything to explore, a bit of history, something like that. So unfortunately this wasn't any old abandoned building that was down in the woods. We did have a good walk down, but we could see that this was actually somewhere that was occupied. So we turned around and we thought we'd go and have a look at Jay's grave and the local legends of Dartmoor. This small but unassuming grave marks one of Dartmoor's most enduring legends, the tale of Kitty Jay. According to folklore, Kitty was a young servant girl who, after becoming pregnant and abandoned, took her own life in despair. In the 18th century, suicides were not allowed to be buried on consecrated ground, so her body was laid to rest at this crossroads. What makes Kitty Jay's grave so fascinating is the mystery surrounding it. Fresh flowers are said to appear here regularly, no matter what the season is. As you can see, there is fresh flowers on the grave today. No one knows who places them there, but some believe it's a tradition passed through generations, while others think it might be something supernatural. Whether it's the power of the legend or the atmosphere of Dartmoor, Kitty Jay's grave continues to captivate the imagination of all who visit. Yeah, we won't argue with him.
No, he's got bigger ones. One of the reasons.
So we've come up to visit a place called Rippon Tor Rifle Range. Built during World War II, this range was used by the British Army to train troops in marksmanship. The remote, rugged terrain of Dartmoor was ideal for such purposes, providing soldiers with a realistic environment to prepare for combat. So this is one of the first buildings that we came across on this trip, and as you can see, this is a long stone building with an asbestos roof, and we found out afterwards that this is where there would have been wooden benches sat along all the blocks that you can see. This is where the troops would have waited for their turn to have a go on the firing range. It's unreal. Literally got a tree just growing straight up through the middle. Further along we found the second part of the buildings, which we believe was a utilities area, and so these would have been like toilet cubicles. You can see in the final room, this is probably like a wash area. You can see the metal sink still sat around the edges of the walls. As we make our way up the hill, we start to approach what was called the stop butt, which was the backdrop for the firing range to protect the bullets from going any further. Also over on the left hand side is the remains of an old digger, which we think is from the 1970s. So here we are. Storm Darragh is getting up a little bit now. Go and have a little look. So that's where they would be, there. I'm wondering if they were for targets. Yeah. There are targets over there on some sort of like pulleys that might wheel it backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
All of these are numbered as well. the old windows on the timbers. We think this might have been the area where the soldiers would have got all their equipment, perhaps their guns and ammunitions, before going into the areas ready to start practicing shooting. Where the targets would have been. That's the back end of the rifle range, but we're going to walk you around the other side to see the actual wall. It's quite imposing. We've just got up a little bit now. Bit of shelter. When you see it from this side, it's quite something else. This was built just to be the backdrop from that massive land shooting lead bullets into. Here we'll have a little look, see if we can find any of the old lead bullets. Let's see. You can see that bits of the old shrapnel there. Still looking just to see if we can find anything of interest. It almost looks like some people have been up here but just digging a bit away.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, there's just more and more little bits of the shrapnel from the old ones. go and look at a digger? I'm not sure why it's here, but there's an old Ford tractor digger. It's certainly been here quite a while. They don't make them like this anymore. And to be honest, for a Ford, it's lasted quite well. Even a little bit of air still in the tyres. It could have been a tough day working in that on a day like today. Thanks for joining us on this wild adventure across Dartmoor. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.